All right. So now, if my inequality starts with 5x is greater than, let's say 35. All right. So your goal is to write this down. That's your goal. Your second goal is to get x by itself. Okay? So if I want x by itself, I have this 5 in the way. So I have to remove the 5. How do I move the 5? I have to do the opposite operation, which will be division. Because we learned in the last couple of weeks that when the number and a variable are stuck together, it means multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication is to divide. So here's how we show divide. We draw a fraction bar, a fraction bar. We're going to divide by this number. Okay? Good. So 5 divided by 5, we get x because we get a 1, 1x. But we don't write the 1, so we are just left with x. Bring down your inequality. 35 divided by 5, 7. Yep. So all you have to know is when it's 5 and x together, when they're shoved together, it means multiplication. The opposite is to divide. So here I'm dividing by 5, so x is greater than 7. Okay? Let's do another one. Let's say it's 12m is, oh, wait, sorry. Before we do that, because this is how we're going to practice for our test. So let's graph this. This is how we're practicing for our test. What number goes in the middle? 7. Then 6, 5. And this is what I'll be grading, that you write down the correct numbers at the bottom, especially if they're negative. That's totally what I'll be checking. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, open or close circle?
Open.
Open, because there's no extra little equal to part, so it's open. Which way do I shade? So, this is my inequality. Literally points in the direction of shading.
Wait, but how come the numbers on the left are negative?
Because we're counting by 7. 7, 6, 5. You want 2 numbers below it and 2 numbers above it.
So,
The number you solved for
is the one that's going to be in the middle?
is the number you're going to be in the middle.
Oh,
Okay? All right. Greater than or equal to, let's say, 60. Okay? So, here my numbers are stuck together, right? So what does that mean mathematically? That means multiplication. So in order to undo multiplication, you have to divide. You do the opposite operation. So we're going to divide by 12. Achilles, write this down. 12 divided by 12, 1. That's our goal, is to get 1. For adding and subtracting, our goal is to get 0. For multiplying and dividing, our goal is to get 1. So we're left with m. Bring down the inequality.
equal than 5.
Yep. Yes.
Next week, will we be learning how to do the one-step inequality with more numbers?
So then they'll be called, on Monday you'll be doing 2-step inequality, so it'll be 2 steps to solve it. And then on Tuesday we're going to practice the 2-step, or we're going to do into multi-step, depending on how you guys do on Tuesday. We're either going to like, yes, we got this, or oh my gosh, let's back it up. Okay, so this is my answer. So it goes in the middle. 2 numbers below it, 2 numbers above it. Open or close circle. This extra little line makes it closed. I'm glad we're doing this because this is literally on the test. Okay, which way do you shade? To the left. This points in the direction of shading. Yes, especially only if your variable is first. If your variable is second, then you shade the opposite way. But I didn't trick you.
What do you mean?
If it's 5 greater than or equal to m, see how the number came first and the variable the number came first and the variable came second, then you shade opposite. Yeah. No, to the right. But here, since the variable came first, that's the direction you shade. This is to trick you.
Or the opposite?
This, you shade opposite.
So maybe doesn't.
Like this. I'm not testing you on this yet. I made them all like this. Nice and pretty. All right. So, division. What if it's W over 4 is less than 10? So this is how division looks like. W over 4. It looks like a fraction. But this means division. Okay, this means division. So what are you going to do? How do you break up division? Turn it to multiplication. Here's how you show multiplication. You show parentheses. Don't pick at your nails and focus on the work. And you're going to show multiplication like this. Okay? So we put the parentheses for it. This means multiplication. Remember, when they're stuck together, it means multiplication. What happens here? This equals 1, which is our goal, to make it equal 1. We're left with W. Bring down your inequality of less than. 10 times 4? 40.
Is this going to be on a test?
This will be on your test next week. The graphing will be on your test. So, can you graph this? That's on your test in about, 15 minutes.
Can you show us
Yes. Yes. Jeffrey?
The last question is it, when you sketch it, so when you take a picture of it, you just show it, or?
Yeah. Yeah. I have to change how many points I'm going to give you for the picture, because remember on Wednesday you couldn't upload your answers, so I have to grade you heavily on that one. And then today's sketch. Open or close circle?
Open.
Open. Which way do you shade? Left. So today I'm testing you on graph that. Okay? Graph that. Next week, next Friday, I'll be like, solve it and graph it. Because we'll practice more of the solving. When it's negative, there is a rule when it comes to negatives. I'm not going to show you that rule. Let's just stick with this. Try not to confuse you so much. All right. Let's say x divided by 3 is greater than or equal to negative 3. What do I do? Yep. So we're going to put the parentheses here, parentheses here. What number do I multiply by? 3. You multiply by the number on the variable side. That's the number you want to move. That's the number you use.
Wait, what? Oh, that one?
This is the number I want to move. This is the number I'm going to write down. So x is greater than or equal to?
Negative 9.
-9. Graph it. That's on your test today. Graphing it. Do you know how to put the number in the middle? 2 numbers below, 2 numbers above. Be careful because it's negative and a lot of kids have a hard time with this. 2 numbers below and 2 numbers above. Open or close circle? Close. Yes.
Negatives are just like decimals.
What's like decimals? Negatives? Sure. I don't know. It's Friday. Any questions? Yes.
Would you be happy if there was no school today?
I mean, it's alright.
Maybe a 4-day weekend.
It would have been a 4-day weekend. But then it would be the day would be added to the end of the year and one more day.
Oh, really?
It's because like you have to go to school for, I think it's like 180 days or 182 days. So if we don't make it, they just add it to the end of the year. So I just rather just be in here instead of one more day in the summer, right? All right. If I give you this graph, (46, 47, 44, 43). I give you the graph. What would be your answer? X less than or equal to 45. Yeah. Because this will be on your test. Can you go from graph to inequality? Yeah? Okay, cool. Good. All right. Can I give you, gosh, when did we do this? Fractions. We already did this. This is Of course not. All right, can I give you one of each problem? So 6x is greater than 42. X over 7 is less than 12. And then x plus 6 is less than or equal to 11. And x minus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 12. Can you solve one of each of these problems? Yeah, because we got to practice for our test about graphing. So solving graph. This is basically your quiz next week. Half of this is your quiz today, the graphing part. Well, I can't give you two variables. I cannot give you two variables. So by default, that would be a 6. I know. It's Friday. You're having a quiz in 8 minutes.
Yesterday was a weekend for one day.
Do you want us to graph it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do we graph it and solve it? Or?
You solve and graph. You can't solve. You can't graph before you solve. Can't put your shoes on before after. Okay, Jesus, Nicole, let's finish these 4 problems. Let's graph these 4 problems. Let's practice. Oh. Back at your notes if you need to. 2 of these problems are from Wednesday. These skills that you're learning right now, you're going to be needing forever, like for the rest of your math career. Solving for x is something super basic now in math. We're going to be doing it for like we're going to be doing it after Thanksgiving. Because then I got to teach you, what do you do when it has an equal sign?
Wait, whatever you do to the left, you do to the right?
Correct. We're going to be doing this in like December. But instead of an inequality, it has an equal sign. So instead of this, it has an equal sign.
Is that going to be hard?
No, it's actually easier. But you need to try to do these 4.
All 4 of them?
Mm-hmm. -6, -5. All right. For the first one, open or closed circle? Open. In which way do you go shade? Good. Number 2, open or closed circle? Open and shade to the left. Third one, closed to the left. Last one, closed and to the right. Good job. This is still level 1, 2. Okay. Our goal is to be able to solve that one probably by the end of next week. And then you're gonna solve inequalities that have a distributive property first, and then solving. So they do get progressively harder. But this is the basic, Edwin. This is the basic. Okay? So if you understand when it looks like, hey, when it looks like this, what do? Oh, I divide. Hey, when it looks like a fraction, what do? Oh, I multiply. When it has an addition sign, what do? Subtract. And when it has a subtraction sign, I add. If you understand that, okay, you have a good foundation that we're going to build upon. If you're like looking at these and you're like, what? Who? What? Where? When? Why? Tutoring. And you go into tutoring and be like, okay, so we did these 4 problems in class and I have no idea what she did. And everybody around me is like, oh, this is easy. This is great. And I'm sitting there going, huh? What? Tutoring. Go in there, show them this, and they're like, oh, okay. Like, if you show them an example of what you're having trouble with, then they can help you. Then they go like, oh, I understand. Okay, here's some more examples. Here's some more explanation. Blah, 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 blah. But tutoring, take advantage of it. It's awesome. It's great. Fantastic. Makes your day